The past few years I have become a Les Paul guy, especially since I've owned my Gibson USA Standard 60s, but still you keep wondering, how would a custom shop 59 be? And I've got one here and I'm gonna find out for myself, and I'm gonna take you along in this process. So I'm gonna unpack it and give you my first impressions and take you along on this ride. Well, they could have packed this a bit better. This is the only thing that I've got on the inside. And from the outside, the box does look a little worn off. But yeah, I hope the guitar is still good that's in here. Now, of course, let's check the case and especially what's in there. I'm very curious and I hope everything still is intact how it should be. Well, so far everything looks good. Now let's see if it sounds good. Now I want to try my standard 60s again and actually experience the difference, how it sounds, how it plays, how it interacts, everything. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. The neck is a bit thinner than I thought, than I remembered, because I played a 59 in the store and I remembered the neck to be a bit bigger. I mean, it's comfortable. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna take my 60 standard and see how that compares to this one after I played it. I have to say, everything feels marginally better. The tuners, when you tune it up, the finish, the neck, and it's also the same with the sound. I mean, it's not the difference that you actually pay that you also hear that. I mean, of course, this guitar really has something, but to be honest, I also think my USA Standard has something. And I'm curious how both record. I mean, that also makes a difference. Alright, so it's the next day, I had a night to sleep about it, and my first thoughts on the custom shop are that it's simply a great guitar. There's nothing about it that I would change to make it any better. It looks great, it plays great, feels great, and it sounds great, so it does everything it should do. The only thing is, the difference to my standard 60s isn't nearly as big as I expected, which probably means that I just got a very good standard, which I also upgraded with Seymour Duncan Seth Lovers, which also might make a difference. But I'm gonna put them head to head now again, and because the custom shop looks a bit like a Joe Perry burst, let's do that with some Aerosmith. That was with both guitars in the middle position with both pickups engaged, but let's see how both guitars play with volume and the separation between the neck and the bridge pickup. Now the only thing left is to play it in a mix, and I want to play my favorite solo with this guitar, because I always wanted to play and own a custom shop, and especially a 59, so now I've got one here, I want to do it as well.
This dream is not in need of any sleep.
As someone who has been dreaming of a custom shop R9 for a long time, the big question remains, do I think it's worth it? And the answer is yes. But do I personally think it's worth it for me? The answer would be no. Simply because the difference between the R9 and my own standard 60s is so small and so marginal. I acknowledge that the R9 looks better, it feels better, it plays better. Sound-wise, I would say both sound well. I don't think one sounds particularly better than the other. But the differences are so small that I'm not noticing them anymore when I'm playing just a few seconds on my standard 60s. And I think it's just a great guitar as well. So paying more than double, almost triple the price for a custom shop, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to invest in. Because I'm not a collector. I want to play these guitars, I want to drag them around. And even carrying this case around the house since yesterday makes me anxious because it's so expensive. And it might be different for someone else, but that's just my experience. I just think that I would personally be better off and just as happy with another standard or maybe a classic and changing things to my liking, just like I did with my current standard 60s. And that's a story for me, but your story might be totally different. I did 2 previous Les Paul shootouts on my channel with my Gibson USA Standard, and both of them were against an Epiphone, one stock and one upgraded. But in both instances, the Gibson USA Standard was the clear winner for me, and I would always pay that much more to get a Gibson USA Standard versus an Epiphone, whether it's stock or upgraded. And I expected somewhat of a same experience with a custom shop, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to try a custom shop even more after I did the 2 Epiphone videos. But I don't feel the same experience when I did the Epiphone shootouts against my Gibson USA Standard as when I did now with the custom shop. And to be honest, I'm actually a bit sad about it. And once again, it's nothing wrong with the guitar. The custom shop does great work, it's a great guitar, and it's worth the money. It's just not worth the difference to me because I enjoy playing my standard so much. So I'm not judging here, your mileage may vary. I can understand why you would spend money on a custom shop, but I can also understand how some people can just be happy with an Epiphone. There's nothing wrong with either of it, but I think my sweet spot is the USA Standard line. So that's my take on it. I hope this video helps you in some way or was at least entertaining. But these are just my experiences. So let me know in the comments your experience and your journey with Les Pauls, be it Epiphones, standards or custom shops. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you next time.